Good morning, my dear friend. Zinni Company welcomes you very much. Now I will lead you to visit our grease factory through a video. My current location is Fanshan County, Puiyang City, Henan Province, China. This is a county-level highway, and our factory is located on the east side of this highway. This road in front of us is specially built for our factory. From here, we can go straight for 1,000 meters to reach the factory. On my left is our lotus garden. Every year in August and September, the lotus flowers bloom, the lotus seeds mature, and the scenery is very beautiful. Very impressive. Arriving at the factory's parking lot immediately. What we see now is our factory's parking lot, which can park various vehicles and can accommodate more than 100 vehicles at the same time. Please follow my camera and continue to visit the factory. There is a very ecological river at the entrance of the factory. The flowing water is from the Yellow River. There are many fish and shrimps in the river. There are also 3 ecological fish ponds built around the factory. Why? In China, factories like ours are called green factories. The entire factory coexists harmoniously with the ecological environment. This is also the green development concept advocated by our country. Passing through the gate, you can see the company's North Square, which is a very large area. Its main function is to load and unload goods, and hold large-scale group building activities. Now, you can see the process of loading and shipping lubricating grease. Our factory was founded in 1989 and has been engaged in lubricating grease OEM services for 35 years. We provide OEM services to many Fortune 500 companies. The factory covers an area of 100,000 square meters and currently has 128 employees, including 35 senior technical engineers. In 2022, we achieved an OEM output of 38,000 tons. We have our own logistics fleet and can provide door-to-door delivery services for customers. This is our R&D center, the sole provincial-level lubricating grease professional technology engineering center in Henan Province, and also the production, teaching and research base of many universities. The first floor is a brief introduction to our strategic partner Sinopec Hengmai. This is the brand introduction and development history. Here is the product introduction and brand concept. On the right is our R&D conference room. Along the stairs we enter the second floor. The second floor is an important area of our R&D center, covering an area of 2,000 square meters. The R&D center is a manifestation of our factory's core competitiveness and a key to product quality control. The first room is the infrared analysis room. Its main function is to predict the structural type of lubricating grease through infrared analysis of various elements. This room is the lubricating oil analysis room. There are a lot of additives here, both solid and liquid. Debugging some lubricating oil samples is carried out here. The next room is the grease analysis room. Its main function is to analyze grease and debug samples. This is the constant temperature calibration room for lubricating grease, mainly used for grease cone penetration testing. You see, this is the grease that is being cooled, and cone penetration is one of the very important indicators of lubricating grease. The 2 rows of equipment that are working now are called grease 100,000 times stroke shearer, which is filled with grease. It needs to be sheared 100,000 times strokes, and the mechanical stability of the lubricating grease is predicted by the penetration changes before and after 100,000 times shearing. The equipment you can see from the left is high temperature and high shear detector, grease corrosion tester, grease copper corrosion tester, grease evaporation tester, grease roller stability tester, constant temperature water washout, Grease pressure oil separation tester. ACE bearing leakage tester. Grease water spray resistance tester. Lubricating oil filterability tester. Lubricating oil air release value tester. Lubricating oil CCS apparent viscosity tester. This is the kinematic viscosity measurement of the base oil, which can detect the kinematic viscosity indicators at 40 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. Now you see is the sample storage cabinet, where a variety of products are stored, including raw materials and finished products. Its function is to facilitate product traceability in the later stage. When product quality problems occur, the reserved raw materials and products see and be analyzed as soon as possible. These two equipment are lubricating oil pour point and freezing point analyzer, which are important equipment for analyzing the low temperature fluidity of base oil. This is a grease similar viscosity tester, which is an important equipment used to detect the low temperature fluidity of grease. This is a grease noise value tester. This is a 4-ball anti-wear testing machine for lubricating grease. It is an important equipment for detecting the extreme pressure and anti-wear properties. It uses same 4 steel balls to judges the extreme pressure and anti-wear properties of grease through friction spots diameter. What we see now is the grease dropping point tester. The dropping point of grease is an important manifestation of the temperature resistance. The dropping point is being detected through the oil bath dropping point equipment. These testing equipment are all relatively advanced and professional. Now, we are entering the grease production workshop. Through this corridor, we will directly enter the grease production workshop. The whole workshop is very grand. The entire layout is very reasonable and perfect. On the innermost side, there are 15 130 tons base oil storage tanks, then followed by saponification kettles, blending kettles, homogenization equipment, and degaussing equipment. After degaussing, the lubricating grease is transferred to the right side for cooling. Usually it requires 24 hours. The total area of the workshop is 6,000 square meters, with 10 sets of saponification kettles, 26 sets of blending kettles, 26 sets of degaussing tanks, and 16 sets of homogenization equipment. The workshop can produce 300 tons of grease every day. What you see ahead is the working control room of the grease production workshop. Next door is the meeting room, where we hold weekly meetings about grease. With my camera, let us take a closer look at the entire production process of lubricating grease and feel how it is produced. The large round tank is the storage tank for base oil, adjacent to which are 10 sets of saponification kettles. What we see now is a triple mixing pressure saponification kettle, which is undergoing saponification process, and heating and stirring are being carried out in the kettle. Now we are going to take a look at the blending kettle. The saponified grease must be transported to the blending kettle for the blending process. Each blending kettle is equipped with 2 high-power screw circulation pumps to continuously circulate and blend the grease in the kettle. The main function is to make the grease more finer. Each blending kettle is equipped with a shear and a filter. Its function is to filter impurities in the grease and disperse the particles of the grease to make the grease become more delicate and better lubricity. This is another blending kettle, which produces green color machinery grease, and is undergoing mixing and blending operations. We have 2 contactor saponification kettles, which are relatively advanced saponification equipment in the world. What we see now is the raw material feeding process. The worker are feeding the raw materials into the saponification kettle, which includes stearic acid, calcium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, water, other materials. The raw material being feed is 12-hydroxystric acid, a white Fe substance, which is one of the most important raw materials for the grease production. After a continuous saponification reaction at high temperature and high pressure for 2 hours, a qualified lubricating grease soap solution is produced. The soap solution is transported to the mixing kettle through a pump, and various additives are added to the mixing kettle for blending process. The current production is multi-purpose lithium grease, and the blended grease needs to be homogenized. This equipment is called a high-pressure homogenizer, and its working pressure can reach 60 megapascals. After homogenization, the grease structure is more stable, dispersed more evenly, and more delicate, while achieving better lubrication effect. The homogenized lubricating grease undergoes the final degaussing process along this pipeline. This device is a negative pressure degaussing tank, which is used to remove the air bubbles in the lubricating grease and make it more transparent. Finally, the grease is discharged through the lower grease outlet. Now we will go to the first floor to see the grease draining process. At present, the greases we can produce includes multi-purpose lithium grease, lithium complex grease, calcium grease, polyurea grease, calcium sulfonate grease, high temperature and low temperature grease, etc. And we can produce grease more than 600 variety. What is being drained here is blue high temperature grease. Normally, the weight of each barrel is 180 kilograms. This is a transit barrel that needs to be sent to the packaging workshop for secondary packaging. The layout of the entire workshop is very compact, with a lot of pipelines, various transfer pumps, as well as some electric circuits and thermal oil, etc. What is being released here is anhydrous calcium grease, which is very transparent and delicate. At this time, the temperature of the lubricating grease is about 90 degrees Celsius. What is released here is lithium grease. Compared with anhydrous calcium grease, the overall performance of lithium grease is much better. What is released here is blue grease. The demand of blue grease is currently very large. Different colors require different equipment for production, and we can customize it according to customer needs. The grease that has just come out of the kettle must be stored in this location, and then transferred to my right-hand side for cooling with 24 hours. The cooled grease will be sent to the grease packaging workshop. We currently have 4 packaging workshops like this. The temperature of the lubricating grease in the packaging workshop is about 40 degrees centigrade, which is very suitable for packaging. What is being packaged here is lithium grease, and the packaging efficiency is very fast. The weight of a box is 300 grams. The box is packed in carton according to the customer's requirements, and then sealed. In this way, 3,000 to 5,000 cartons can be packed every day. What is being packed here is 14-liter barreled grease. Barreled grease is one of our factory's largest production products. Our daily output quantity can reach 30,000 to 50,000 pieces. This is a kind of plastic bag package. Its packaging cost is very low, only 10% of plastic buckets cost. The packaged grease will be temporarily stored on both sides of the passage, waiting for shipment at any time. Our company has 18 forklifts and 20 electric transport trucks, which can ensure faster shipping. This is the fourth packaging workshop. There are 20 packaging equipment. This equipment is packaging black molybdenum disulfide grease now. This workshop can store more than 20,000 pieces of finished grease products. Now we are going to another packaging machine, which is currently packaging one of our most popular products. Super viscosity lithium grease, with a net weight 13 kilograms. The daily shipment quantity of this product is about 1,000 buckets. This is a plastic bucket for lubricating grease packaging, which is currently being unloaded. The daily demand for this plastic bucket is approximately 30,000 to 50,000 pieces. This is the inkjet printing process, which marks the production date and product specifications on the bucket lid. Now, continue to visit our lubricating oil production workshop. On the right side is the base oil storage area, which includes 7 350-ton storage tanks, 2 260-ton storage tanks at the back, and 10 500-ton storage tanks outside the workshop. What we see now are pulse blending tanks, which include 6 20-ton tanks, 4 10-ton tanks and 30 finished oil tanks. There are now 9 filling lines, including 2 fully automatic production lines. The oil we can produce includes 6 categories and more than 800 models. The finished products are temporarily stored here, and are ready for shipment at any time. The products produced in this workshop include engine oil, gear oil, hydraulic transmission oil, industrial equipment oil, mineral oil, ship oil, etc. At present, we have established long-term cooperation with many domestic industrial and mining enterprises and vehicle manufacturers. What we see now are 2 automatic production lines. This is an intelligent robot produced by ABB. His work efficiency can be improved by 3-5 times. We can customize packaging and printing according to customer requirements. Like this 200-liter iron drum is customized by customers. These finished products are ready for shipment. The pail package is stored here. This workshop can store 10,000 to 20,000 pieces of finish D products. Now let us take a closer look at how lubricants are produced. The first step is the blending process. After passing the inspection, the products are transported to the finished product storage tank and then transported to the packaging line for quantitative packaging. What is being packed is gear oil GL5 with 4-liter bottle. This is an advanced packaging equipment with very high precision. The capping process is currently being carried out. In order to ensure a better sealing effect, the capping is operated by machine. All the bottle will be packed in carton and prepare for shipment. The daily production capacity of this packaging line is about 2,000 pieces. Let's continue to see this production line. It is producing hydraulic oil with 18 liters pail. The packaged products undergo a capping process here. This production line is producing hydraulic oil with 200 liters. The entire filling process is computer controlled and digitally presented. What is being done now is the capping process, and the production efficiency is very fast. Generally, it takes about 2 days to finish the production for 40 feet container. Now let us go to the operating platform upstairs to take a look. The entire blending tanks area is controlled by this computer, which is very intelligent. What we see now are 30 finished oil tanks. Different tank stores different products. This is gear oil and this is engine oil. This is the basic overview of the lubricating oil workshop. I will introduce more information on each type of lubricating oil. Finally, I will take you to visit our comprehensive office. There are 13 business windows in the office, which include place order, production planning, finished product packaging, packaging design, warehousing and shipping, logistics and delivery, payment collection, after sales, etc. The entire process is concentrated here. Thank you again for your following all the way. Zinni Company give you the most sincere invitation. We welcome your arrival at any time. Please remember us. Zinni, a company that only do OEM for lubricating oil and grease.